Alright, welcome everyone to a very special gameplay video here in Age of Empires 4. For this one, I just wanted to give a kind of a sneak peek at the new civilizations that are coming out here for those who either haven't had a chance yet to get a hold of the beta, or who maybe don't have the game but are interested in seeing what's going on, what all the rage is about. So, just kind of giving a little dive here. Played a little bit of both the Ottomans and the Mali so far, kind of gotten somewhat familiar and still having some fun with it, and just want to give some initial thoughts here, give people a closer look here. So, obviously, pick the color yellow because that's in their flag and it seemed kind of fitting. Also, pink I think looks really good with the Mali as well, with their civilization colors. That's just a personal preference here. For my opponent for this game, I just went against AI Easy, purple opposite, just something simple. So, diving right in here. One thing to point out is with the houses for the Mali, these bad boys right here, they only support 5 population, but they're also half cost. So it's easier to get houses out early on, as soon as you spawn. However, in the late game, you have to build so many more houses just to get your population up to that 200 mark. It's kind of a double-edged sword. I like it. It's really nice for city building and the aesthetic aspect of the game, but it's a little annoying where you have to build so much more. Kind of both, but I like it. I think it's a nice little unique trait, but something interesting. Right now, since it's the beta, what all the other streamers have been talking about as well, the villagers and the units for the Mali civilization beta, they're currently using the English for each of those characters. It's just a placeholder. Once they actually release it, they'll have customized voice and like Mali civilization. So, not to worry, it'll be rectified soon enough. Gotta get some wood here. Start gathering up lumber. Some of the next villagers that are coming out. One thing as well I'd point out here, with the new update, when villagers or any unit spawns at any building, they don't spawn right in front of the building, as it used to be. Now you either have to set a point, or they'll just spawn at random locations around the building. It's interesting. I like to set markers just because I like to know where all the units are going for sure once they spawn, but it would come in handy if your town center is under attack and need to get the heck out of Dodge. Well, your villagers are going to a different location, so it could be useful for that, or if they're spawning while it's under attack. Just, you know, that's just one example, but something to consider. A stopwatch going here because I'm going to try to keep this video at 20 minutes or fewer. We're going to see if I can do that. Try to age up as fast as possible. Just whip through getting all the buildings out on the map and go from there. I won't have the ability for this single game to show you every single landmark. So what I'm going to do is just show you the ones that I, so far, after playing a few games, like the best. The ones that I think are just interesting, personally. As a look that way. Got those scouts out around the map. They're just kind of doing their thing, picking up sheep, getting that early game squared away. I'm going to build one more house here just to give some breathing room at that pop limit. So built up, and I'm going to steal those couple villagers away from gold mine and start getting landmarks set up here. So there's 2 to choose from. There's a Saharan Trade Network and the Quarry. One gives you gold or stone, kind of like the Guild Hall for France, very similar. Or you get basically a free outpost, which helps out with trade. You get some free gold here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the Quarry. Just because I want that extra income. Got scouts under attack. we're gonna build a mill, gathering up further from the town center. Gonna start researching at a hunting technology. Another thing to point out here, as you can see, this is a brand new biome, the Saharan Desert biome, and it's also a brand new map type called Hideout. This one, if anyone on the channel here played Age of Empires 2 back in the day, this is a borrowed map from that game. It's just a remake, classic fan favorite where you spawn on opposite sides of a forest with clearings in the middle. It's exactly as the map suggests, it's a hideout. Pretty safe in the early game. There's only one way the enemy can attack from, basically. It's really dynamic. It just looks beautiful. It's fun with base building, getting walls up around your town center and stuff like that. I'm a big fan. There's other new maps too. I think there's 7 or 8 new maps in total, and each of them is very interesting. So there's a lot of stuff to unpack here. But I love to see that the game is, you know, feeling fresh and just a lot going on with it. It's nice. Alright, the Monster Quarry is constructed, and I'm going to instruct that building to gather up stone gradually. That'll be probably easiest here. I got a lumber mill, so I'm just going to research forestry, get that going. And villagers training. And we also need more houses. This is kind of what I'm talking about, where that, if you're not paying attention, population limit will quickly get away from you. I'm just going to build a crap ton of houses here. I'm just going to get them all built up. Yeah, start getting tech now. The thing I would point out, they also decrease the amount of resources it takes to actually get the different economic upgrades. I love that, because, you know, it takes so long to get the Castle Age and Imperial Age economic upgrades. It takes forever to start getting resources. This is going to speed up games significantly, where instead of things dragging out to 30-40 minutes, you might see more like 20-minute games, which I think is a good thing. It keeps it more competitive with ranked. It kind of forces players to look more at strategy instead of just eco. I think it just makes things more interesting. I like it. I'm a big fan. Obviously, eco wins wars, but you also got to spend some time managing your units on a battlefield, because if you're focusing only on your villagers and your opponent is really micromanaging the Springles and the Trebuchets on the battlefield, catapults, they can delete your army while you're distracted worrying about your villagers. I don't know, that I'm a fan of send them to a gold mine, get them going, not have to worry about it so much, not have to really pick apart resources. Just it's easier. I like it. Makes sense to me, I guess. In a moment we'll have to start getting back on gold. I want to get up to age. Definitely got enough food in the bank. Doing pretty good on that front. Got 23 villagers on. I'm also going to construct a pit mine here. This is awesome, because even when a gold mine is gone, you just put a pit mine on that bad boy, and it'll just auto-generate gold for the rest of the game. If you put a lot of houses and mining camps next to that, it just increases it. Kind of like the Russian trading, or not the trading post, the hunting cabin that you put near forests for income. This is very similar to that, only just kind of its own thing. Really nice, really convenient, and it adds up as you get into the later game. You don't have to start worrying about gold. It collects as you're also mining the actual gold that's sitting inside of there. And then when the gold mine is depleted, the pit mine just stays gathering something like 37 gold a minute, let's say, something like that. One other thing I want to point out here as well, I'm going to jump a villager onto this other building, is there's this new unit, the cattle, that you can actually spawn for some gold, and you can build cattle ranches where if you just throw a bunch of cattle right into a ranch, you get free food income. You don't even have to have villagers allocated. You can just keep it coming. It's really awesome. I'm definitely enjoying that as well. I think it's really convenient. It kind of ranks up there with the English farms on how easy it is to just get a ton of food, or Chinese granaries. It's really good. Alright, so those villagers are done with here, so I'm just going to throw them right on gold. Age up to castle as quick as I can. Opponent is still in the Dark Age. AI easy, that's not at all surprising. Really whole lot. I mean, if you think AI hard or hardest is dumb, as many of the people on here would agree that AI hardest is very, once you've been playing it for a while, it's got everything down pat. Oh, like, better to play against real people because it's strategy. AI easy is very easy. A lot of those experienced, high rank, a lot of those diamond players as well. Ones that are real on it. Ones who are kind of leading up the game, so to speak. There's some different technologies here. Textiles, like every civilization, and then Banco repairs, where you can rebuild buildings at double the speed. I think that's awesome. That can definitely come in handy if you're under attack and gotta get that landmark back up and running. It's kind of OP. I'm about it. I like it. We're just gonna do that. Can have upgrades. That's fine. We'll just. I know it'll take longer to get to castle, but in a minute I'll have 600 gold anyway, so I'm just gonna roll with that. Do it this way. Just train up a crap ton of villagers. We'll just keep them coming. And you can see that stone income on Quarry. 75 a minute. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty much 1 or 2 villagers on a stone mine, just tapping away. That's pretty good. Some of that, granted, is supplemented by actually having villagers on stone, but I digress. It's really nice. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get the... actually, we should probably get a barracks. At some point, we're gonna have to take out the opponent here. Want to charge them with an army at some point, so we'll get that started under construction. Villagers on, so be good to make this happen. And alright, so I'm gonna take these villagers off of gold. And now the Farimba garrison, I love that because you can train kind of like the Burgrave Palace, how it used to be, where you train 5 units at a time for more resources, but getting units quicker, essentially. This is very similar to that. And you only pay gold. Just gold that you're paying. So if you're doing a ton of pit mines, and you're pulling in 2,000 gold a minute or something like that, yeah, you can just use all that gold income to build basically free units. Save your really valuable food and wood for buildings, villagers, armies, all that kind of good stuff. It's really helpful. You can really focus hard on gold, and I think that's the intention of the Mali civilization. I'm gonna build an archery range, a barracks, and in a minute we're gonna put a stable down as well. Now the landmark I chose is the Grand Fulani Corral. Grand Fulani Corral. What does that do? It's very similar to a cattle ranch where you just throw cattle next to the building. It gives you extra food income on top of what the cattle ranch is already going to give you. It's kind of broken. Really nice. Alright, so we got more room for upgrades here. We'll throw villagers right back on gold. At some point here we're going to want to age up to Imperial so that I can just show you everything. A couple more buildings that we haven't touched on yet, which I want to go here. Mosque and the Madrasa, the university. Very similar to any civilization where it allows you to get technology, capture holy sites and stuff like that. It's just interesting because they've got the imam instead of monks or prelates, or that. It's very regional specific, and Try to keep it historically accurate that way. Also, the university, I'm pretty sure it's got a couple unique attacks. I know there's a couple for the civilization, like local knowledge, get extra bonuses to stealth, which is a really big thing for the Mali. That many of your units, you actually want to do ambushes, where you put them in stealth forest, or just throw them in the middle of the map, activate a special ability that basically causes them to be invisible, set up a sneaky beaky ambush against your enemy, let it happen. It's a pretty big thing. Get some of those upgrades. Yep, let's throw 'em. Wood. Okay. I always also have a very reduced number of cavalry options. Only got the one, essentially, that's like a knight unit, Sofa. And they've got the scouts, which can actually be upgraded to warrior scouts, which think of that as, or horsemen. Really kind of squishy cavalry that you want to use to dive into someone's plunder and take it out really quickly. That's pretty much the equivalent for the Mali. So, we're gonna thing. Wheelbarra, I have not tried yet. That is on my list of things to look at. As you can see, that's a very interesting landmark. Kind of reminds me of the Khan. Activate different abilities and get extra bonuses for your civ. So that's going to be one I'll be playing around with. This is the fort of the Huntress. Gives a bonus to stealth abilities. Helps with ambushes if you were to put it in the center of the map. That would be helpful in combat zones. Just for sake of time and simplicity, we'll just throw it up right inside the base here. Acts as a keep. Very strong landmark. Helps you take control of resources and hotspots on the map that are highly contested. Something like King of the Hill. This would be excellent landmark to have in the center next to the sacred site. Set up ambushes while the enemy is trying to retake it. And alright, so I'm gonna start getting some cattle. I'm just gonna spawn them over here by the landmark. Get that extra food income. I'm gonna start getting an army trained up as well. Archers, cavalry, all that good stuff. I'll start with. There's also train some hardened Danso. Danso's ambush unit may throw a spear throw attack here before they engage in melee combat, like spearmen from archers for a quick second, which really useful, can help really boost in a battle. Tap away at the enemy before they can. We're just gonna throw the cattle. That ranch. Like, it's all about the ranch. And up Danzos, Musafati warriors, all that good stuff. We're gonna have to get some more houses built. Okay, this is kind of what I'm talking about, where you have to really be on it with the houses. That population will very quickly get away from you if you're not watching it. And I do love the textures of what the civilization buildings start to look. Keep going through it. I'm gonna pour over to gold income. Just wanna see those numbers a little bit. Okay, just wanna put some cattle into another ranch here. Lumber mill replacement. I think we're closing in towards that 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna speed this along to get a sneak attack going. Give it an upgrade on the fortress. We'll do some cheeky stuff here with villagers and keeps and whatnot. We'll be toxic. Yeah, easy, so we'll mess with them. Cattle are definitely doing their thing. Look at that, that's 600 food a minute basically, just from having cattle on the ranch. That's not even having villagers devoted to it. That's pretty crazy, and that's something right there. I think we're gonna make this probably about a 25-minute game, but we're gonna really push this ahead. Just getting a little carried away with what's going on here. We'll get some more houses just so we can get a full army built up. Just to that happen. Yep. Lumber and stuff like that. Yep, good. Just gonna get right back to work. You ready for the next worker on the roller? Cattle on the ranch. Get some idle villagers here, some wood. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna use this first army. Invasion going here. Do that. Get some upgrades just because we can. So that food income decreased to about 100 a minute. Got a lot of villagers. So you know what we can do? We can some of them. Actually, or something like that. Here, and we got a lot of villagers here on that line. So we're gonna throw them onto berries here. We got some there. We'll throw them on berries. South side of the map. Just speeding it along. Okay. I'm just gonna build up the mosque. Massa. It's hard to see here. Okay, the villagers are ready here. Heaps. So we'll do that. So we got pretty standard text here with the mosque, herbal medicine, Heidi, burns. The tip farm. Houses here, just trying to get that all populated out here. Alright, so the one technology I notice is missing is the archer upgrade for diversity. Pretty sure that's because they already start with that. Huge advantage. We'll build a siege workshop. See what that looks like. Probably should get blacksmiths. That'd be probably wise. And I'm gonna build a keep right here on the outskirts of the space. Yep.
Goddie gobbit.
No Hesters, standing ready. Anastrata fare.
Here.
Ready to gone. Intent,
Yep.
yeah. Harkanala. Ikil Foliansi Hesters.
Fine,
Ikil get
going.
yeah. Ready for Hesters.
And the stuff for the shrew.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
What needest thou of me?
Right, so that's one keep. I love the way that looks. It's just so formidable. Also show you what the walls look like here. Huge fan of what the Mali walls. It's just so fresh. It's just something different. Seeing a lot of European style walls, circular battlements and stuff like that over however many months since the game has come out. It's nice to see something new. We've got... Oh, geez. Oh, that was a weird game for you. I'm just gonna make sure... the recording is still good? Gosh, if it lets me. This thing is giving some trouble here. Alright, it is not like that when I'm trying to check. Alright, well, we're still rolling, so that's good. Alright. Oh, geez, technical difficulties. Alright, so we're gonna get another castle up here. Castle's firing away at keeps firing at the villagers that are trying to put a stop to that while it's happening. But to no avail. So, we're gonna keep mining some extra stone here with some villagers. Those camps are really far away from the stone mines, but this is easy. Fine. Okay. We're gonna move the army in to attack. We're really going hard trying to stop the keeps. Go, you got the House of Wisdom, which we're gonna attack that. And we're gonna go straight for the town center. End this game. Alright, and there you have it. So that's just a quick, easy video here, just kind of giving you guys an early look at the buildings and some of what those technologies can do. Just a very brief overview here. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for some other content coming out here soon. Get some more casted games, and also going to do a preview of the Ottoman civilization. Do check that out here. That goes up. A brief, very small piece of wood line there that could have been chopped through. Some sneaky. Another game. Anyways, thanks for watching, and take care, you guys.